What's going on, everybody? Back for day 5 of the Maxi Video Creator Challenge. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different from the previous 4 days of this challenge. I'm going to hop into my computer and run through an edit with you guys. I did a video for my sister a couple weeks ago of her baking a cake, and I filmed the icing part of it, and I like the way that the edit turned out. I'm going to go through some of the decisions I made, some of the effects I used, and just going through an edit from start to finish with you guys. So we're gonna hop into my computer and I'll see you there. Okay, so now we're in my computer. This is the timeline right here. We got it. My colors, I changed the colors of some of my clips, just personal preference things. But basically, I'm gonna zoom into the beginning. So one thing that's over the whole thing is this adjustment layer. The adjustment layer is just going to, I use it for color. You can basically do anything with an adjustment layer. I used a preset, but you can apply an effect to an adjustment layer and it'll allow you to use one effect for multiple clips. So the video starts off with a dip to black. We got this graphic right here that I used a linear wipe to make the text go like as if it was typed across the screen. This is the easier way to do it. There's multiple ways. You can do source text and keyframe that, but I like that for words. If I'm doing each letter, that can get to be a pain in the ass, and I think this looks okay. Sometimes, like there, you can see the E is a little bit, you can't see it, so you can see through it a little bit sometimes. Like I see other creators making videos and using this, but it's very small. So then it goes in here. This was transform. You can see these keyframes zooming in just there, just to add a little bit of motion, and I dechecked use comp shutter angle, and I made the shutter angle 180. So that's how you get this little bit of motion blur, which I think looks really nice. Something that I've been using a lot to up my game is sound effects. I basically just found this online, the click and the blender sound. So I think that sounds really good. It's a really great way to really improve the level of your videos. So then we come through this sequence. This is pretty basic stuff. It's just some cuts here, these clips. This is going to be some time remapping work that I did. You can kind of see I sped up into the next clip. Personally, I don't think that I pulled that off that well. Yeah. Then in camera, when I was shooting, I knew that I wanted to transition from this part of the video, which is baking. This is like the actual baking part, like this first part, right? I wanted to transition into the icing part of it and the decorating. So I used basically a whip pan to go down, and I should have started it. You can see the cut, and that's not the really correct way to do it. It should be seamless, and you just cut into motion blur places. So that was just me being that was kind of a careless mistake. From here. And again, throughout here we got these sound effects just of the icing. Pretty subtle, like, I don't know, yeah, I turn them down a lot, and I think like almost you barely even hear them, you almost subconsciously hear them, so I think that adds a ton to this video. Now it comes to the end of the video. I wanted to slow the pace down because the song is not super fast, but it's definitely decently fast, and it's got a beat, and some of these cuts were quicker, especially at the beginning and in this middle section here. This is kind of long, but the time remapping kind of makes it feel a little faster. So I wanted to slow the pace down and really like you can see I have 4 clips here, actually 5, but like here's a really nice one of the finished product. And then again I did the same thing where this one was actually reversed, just because the way I shot it in camera. But I did the same thing here, matching on the motion blur. Which this one's a little bit weird because it's the same subject, so I'm not sure how much I like this one, but that's how I shot it, and so that's how I wanted to put in the edit. And I love this last shot. Again, I dropped the speed a little bit here. I was shooting in 60 frames per second, and this is a 24 frame per second timeline, so I was able to drop it. Lately I've been so lonely and it fades out perfectly with the song here, and then we just have my signature there. It's a pretty simple timeline. It took me a couple hours to edit, maybe 2 or 3, and I'm pretty happy with how this video turned out. So it's on my channel. I'll leave it linked below. Never said that before. But I'll leave it linked below, and definitely check it out. It's also my Instagram. And yeah, thanks for coming in today. I will be back here tomorrow with another upload for this Maxi Challenge. I'm really enjoying it so far. So, peace.